looking to do horror movies,
Great.
you want to do them with people that you trust are going to make them the best that they could possibly be.
Polo.
When you look at Blumhouse and you look at James Wan's Atomic Monster, they are masters of the genre.
3, 2, 1, drop.
You could not ask for better people in your corner than James Wan and Jason Blum, two individuals responsible for some of the most iconic horror films of the last decade and a half.
Ultimately, we just want to make the kind of horror movies that fans love. I'm a hardcore genre fan, and I want to make the kind of films I want to see.
Night Swim started with Bryce's agents actually sending his short film. I watched it and saw this story about a girl who goes swimming and disappears in a pool. It was really well done, well acted, well shot. It was scary, it built tension well, kind of checked all the boxes for what we look for as far as like filmmaking goes.
When Bryce pitched it to us, I could immediately see it as a full film. I could see the potential of this idea, and we were very eager to turn this into a feature.
We have collaborated with Atomic Monster on several movies, including the Insidious franchise, Megan, and their style is similar to ours, so it's a very complementary match.
We're always striving to try and find something a bit different about the movies we collaborate on together so that they can be event movies. They need to be something special to make people want to come to the theater to experience these films.
There's a pool.
I used to be scared of pools.
We've never really had a haunted swimming pool story before. And this was very exciting for us.
Dad? Oh my gosh, what happened?
It's finally happening. I honestly would not have done the movie if Blumhouse and Atomic Monster weren't behind it. I actually don't watch horror, I'll be completely honest. I met with Jason Blum, our producer, and told him truthfully, like, this was where I was coming from. So I don't know if I'm the right person for the job. And he said to me, oh, no, this is perfect because you just have to act totally natural and we do the scary stuff. So the more natural you are, the more scary it's going to be because if you're natural, they really believe you. So I was like, well, sold.
There has to be some way to stop this.
Carrie, she's such a great actress. She's been so fun to work with. I couldn't have wished for a better partner to be in this movie with. She's wonderful on every level. I hope she says the same about me.
What Wyatt brings to the table is that hope and that sadness all wrapped into one. Wyatt knows how to turn all those valves really well.
I know. Yeah.
With Ray Waller's character, he just goes psycho, and there's few people that do that better than Wyatt Russell.
Marco.
With horror is kind of like you have to sort of go big and then you can kind of like rein it back a little bit. And he is very great at just like giving it 100%, like totally going for it.
The water chose him.
Right, too. Like, did he get to her face?
Yeah.
The cool thing about James is because he's a filmmaker, he's a director himself, he has this amazing, like, boyish energy where he's like, no, we gotta put the camera, like, try this, like, put it lower in the water. It's right at our eye line, and we can see half water. And sure enough, like, oh, yes, it's so much scarier. Like, we can see less. It's a really subjective point of view.
I spoke to James Wan, what he liked about this movie, and what he saw in Bryce.
Bryce is a very talented and energetic guy. I just love the spirit that he has.
It was obviously his passion we gravitated to, his confidence, his vision. He just knew exactly what he wanted from this story. He lived and breathed these characters well before we got involved. And he knew how to craft some really great scares as well.
Who's next to get their butts kicked? And you're kind of like looking around, so as soon as they go down, you'll give that line. Yeah. Hey, only Mark. Thank you, right. We are shooting the nightmare pool party of all time.
Who's next to get their butts kicked?
Goes from a happy sunny day, hot dogs grilling, beach balls floating, people splashing, and then turns a corner.
Think we could take him?
And the pool takes its hold over Ray Waller. This is one of the moments that's extremely grounded, right? This is the type of thing that could happen in real life. People are having fun at a pool party, and there's so much frivolity and splashing and playing going on that you don't know that someone could be drowning beneath the surface. So this was something that was kind of tapping into the very possible danger that just a pool gives you. It's the duality, right? Kind of off camera, just but
I want to be able to communicate with the director, and particularly because it was a genre that I hadn't done. I just found him very easy to talk to and very easy to be kind of vulnerable and honest with.
He's so energized and passionate, and that energy is infectious. We had some long nights, rain, and other challenges, but Bryce was a positive leader on set.
I just want to make a good movie. I want to make the movie that you put on in a hotel room and you can't turn off.
Yes! That's why we picked this director.
It takes a certain stamina to do any movie, but also especially a horror movie. And he's just been enthusiastic since day one.
It's important for me to collaborate with the next generation of filmmakers. The producers on Saw, my first horror movie, believed in us in such a big way, and I guess I just want to pay that back to the community, to all these new upcoming filmmakers that have what it takes, but they may not have the avenue or the platform to be seen. I want to see this community, see this genre just keep growing bigger and bigger. I love it.
When I was a kid, and I remember seeing Creature from the Black Lagoon. I love that film.
All right, here we go, guys.
And it just left such an impact for me. That's exciting, to get a creature like that that kind of personifies the evil of the pool and puts a face to it and a shape to it.
A common thread through all horror movies is a boogeyman or an iconic villain. And in this movie, we could have the sort of drowned ghosts.
Ray, you scared me.
There are supernatural entities that live in the pool and that haunt the family.
I knew it was not just going to be Ghosts Go Boo in a pool movie. I was just not interested in making that movie. I needed to feel there was a big enough idea, the wishing well idea. You get something and you owe something in return.
I liked the fact that there was this character who has this ailment, which is the driving force behind him trying to seek out the pool. This one's more like a 70s horror film where there's something lurking and it's this unsettledness.
It goes way back into this kind of ancient being trapped beneath the earth and was released into the water by man's desperation to have the healing effects. And that was what got me excited.
Waller digs for him.
We brought in a fantastic team, Fractured Effects, led by Justin Raleigh. They've worked with us on the Insidious films. They've worked with James Wan and Atomic Monster for quite a while.
One of the areas of special effects makeup that Fractured's so talented in is creature effects. And so we wanted to get Fractured involved as soon as possible.
Typically, I'll sit down with our director and producing team and kind of talk through their creative aspects and their aspirations of what they want to see with these characters. And then we get into conceptual designs.
For these kind of movies, what we've discovered is that practical works the best. So much better than what we can do if we were just creating digital villains or digital ghosts.
There's just a certain kind of glee that I have seeing these things in the flesh. Justin just had some really great creative conversations with Bryce about what water does to the human body, and a human body that's been underwater for far too long and how it distorts the skin and makes it loose.
We see this bloated corpse with the skin kind of rotting up and its eyes all cataract and bulged out. It was really, really fun to design that character and work with James Wan to have this iconic drowned demon that we feel like has existed for way before this story.
Every character is a new discovery. Bony Woman is about a 7-week process, and Loaded Man is about 8 weeks. they're kind of polar opposites. One is completely emaciated and very mummified, and then Bloated Man is this just kind of swollen body that's ready to pop with all kinds of translucency.
Seeing all the details that Justin and his team have put on these suits that he created, they just take on a whole new form of terror. The Bloated Man, once he starts to get wet, there's just a god-awful sheen on his skin. He just looks like rotted beef. And he's got this kind of like grin on his mouth and these beady eyes.
The people who are the monsters, they're super creepy. Did not want to go in the pool with them.
I'm smiling. He just stares evilly at you, and it's pretty damn creepy. That'll be one that I take home with me next time I go swimming at night and go, not going down there, sorry.
I'm all about Bloated Man. I think he would be really cool to hang out with. I think he's adorable. I think he's really cute.
To create practical prosthetics and then to submerge them into water is not the easiest thing.
Typically, these would be designed as a prosthetic makeup where we would glue everything down to the person, like a second skin to them. But because we're working directly in water, adhesive wouldn't even really hold. We have divers, we have respirators, we have all the sort of elements that you would have within water. So we really had to rethink how we designed these characters.
This is our bony woman makeup that we did. She just got out of the water, so she's a little cold, so we're getting ready to remove her makeup. So the teeth are all in by magnets, so we're able to pop these in and out, especially if she needs a regulator while she's underwater. So you can see how quick and easy that is.
Whenever you deal with underwater stuff, like safety is the #1 priority, right? Having the teeth were amazing. They can put them in and out like you guys saw. The regulator can go in and out, and then we can put the teeth in. So on a breath hold, I'm able to do that for, however the duration the director needs.
Right there. Look good. Cool. All right.
As you can imagine, the practical suits become a giant sponge, and it would just soak up the water, and it becomes really heavy for the stunt or performers, and it's not the easiest thing.
We've actually designed Bloated Man to sort of wick water away. It's a silicone surface, but the interior is actually a perforated material inside. So it'll fill up with water and get him neutrally buoyant very quickly. And once he comes out of water, it will wick all that water quickly out of the suit.
Save your booties. There's actually little holes on the side for us to just squeeze it all out. Same with the feet. There's the little holes in the bottom, so he can just step out and we just squeeze out all the water out.
We're always looking for another challenge, and this has definitely been a challenge dealing with the water. So that part of it's been pretty cool. Action.
Solving these types of problems is one of the funnest things about making movies, in my opinion.
Shooting in water is definitely a significant challenge. It's adapting more quickly than you've ever had to. That creates an awesome type of immediacy and urgency that I found to be really exciting. You feel it when you watch it.
Marco.
I do think the hard work eventually pays off.
Oh, yeah!
All the trouble that goes into shooting in water, because there's just something inherently tangible about being in the water at the same level as your characters and experiencing what they're experiencing.
I want to be able to take people on a roller coaster ride, and luckily I'm at a company that allows me to do that. It's so great. I love it. I mean, we're making horror movies, guys.